What's up? Lights, camera, action, you dig? I can't say red lights because I did the red lights like forever ago, you know what I mean? But we do have the OBS running today, as you see. I'm just going to go over some really basic stuff that I've learned and from the videos that I've been sharing with y'all. Um, I've been doing my own phone calls today. I've been all over the place. Those of y'all that know me, you know what I do. Uh, for a little while, I was wondering if OBS was going to set up or not. It looks like we're recording. The clock is still running, but I'm getting the weird little lag, the blue loop. Everybody knows the blue loady loop. So we shall see. Hopefully, I don't do this whole thing and it just flops out on me. Uh, the skies are you can tell there's soot in the air. It's dark out. Um, it's very shaded. We just got done with probably 4 or 5 days of very hot 100+ type degrees. It chilled out for one day and came down to 95, 98. And for the past 2 days now, this is the second day. It's just been very gray and orange out. Um, for all future documentation purposes, there's been a red moon for the past week, I think. From what I've been watching since the last full moon, like the whole rotation of this one has had a reddish tint to it. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if there's a easy answer to that maybe I don't know. Um, is what it is. Wow, I might have some settings messed up here because it just no, the clock is running. I'm just not seeing. I'm seeing the clock in 10-second increments. Anyways, whatever. Um, my head hurts, guys. I'm just keeping it 100. I've had a headache. And this ain't no pity party. That's not what I'm doing. But I just haven't felt well, man. Just all this BS, man. And I've been through it before this. Those of y'all that have been through it, there are stages there. How do I say this? But there are like stages where it's like, no, I can deal with this, and you're almost in a denial. The denial stage is a real thing. And then it starts to weigh on you, but you're like, yo, I still got this. And then at a point, it just weighs on you where you ain't even got it. And you just don't know what to do with the weight that you do have. Shit crazy, yo. Shit crazy. Everything's lagging so bad. I'm gonna try to share some information with y'all while I smoke this little blunt. I don't know if it'll pick up or not. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry. Obviously, my intent is to share knowledge. Um, we shall see, though. So, I have to set up my screens real quick so that I can still see you guys as you pop in and out the room, and then I can also see what I'm showing you. So that gives me my clock. That gives me my... if I minimize it here, I don't think it minimizes it for y'all. Nah, it doesn't do that. Alright. Oh, wow. I'm all over the place right now. It has some weird RGB pixelation on my preview screen. That's crazy. I wish I could have shown y'all what I just seen. It was like the craziest rainbow pixelation, RGB rainbow in the preview screen. I don't know how else to do it. That's just, I don't even know how to describe that. Alright, so guys, you can see my Google screen. No, you can't see it. I have to... There we go. I have to press that button. Now you guys can see it. Guys, let's go look at this real quick. This is a thing. They're not gonna like it. And here's another thing. If you actually want a copy of this, PDF download. Oh, okay. Patient's Bill of Rights. Hold on. So do this for your state, whatever state you're in. Obviously, I am in Los Angeles, California. So California, Patient Bill of Rights. And this is thanks to as of 2019. This is thanks to some of the legal stuff that I watch. Guys, what the mask is, for those of you that are opposed it, I'm not necessarily opposed to the mask. Let's get this point blank right now. I am not necessarily opposed to the vaccine. I am opposed to any statements that make it sound like it might be mandatory. And here's why I want you to know that I don't think that they'll make it mandatory. And for those of you that have lost faith in our system in the chaos of 2020, I want you to know not to. You heard me. Don't lose faith. Because the Supreme Court Ninth Circuit, which is the one also in charge of California, just so happens, ruled that the apps they are putting in the phone for the contact tracing, they ruled that that was unreasonable search and seizure. They ruled that that was against the human's rights, or the citizens' rights, or however they want to word it. We all know what we believe over here. I am a natural being. I was born, now I breathe. Voila. God dang, taking forever, man. It's because I'm trying to show y'all. That's how it goes, man. I'm trying to show y'all something, and that's how it's going to go. It's going to lag out. It's going to test our patience. I'm going to start broadcasting regularly. If we can get some donos up, what I'll do is I'll get a cheap internet signal for here so that I'm not running it off the phone, so I'm running it at its own source. State of California Department of Justice Fact. I should have got these 23 patient rights were put together. Oh, hell, there we go. Boom, and it's a PDF. So right there, guys. Right there, guys. Follow what I did exactly, and you will end up with a PDF of the patient's rights excuse me, apparently in English. If you read out the patient's rights underscore, which is a space encoding, English underscore 3.pdf. So this is probably the third version of it, or third revision or something. You have a right to consider. That's just what we're going to do today, guys. Sorry, this is what they've made us do. So this is what they've made us do, and this is what we're going to do in response. This is the Patient's Bill of Rights. Where's my download button? Let me go ahead, click. While I'm here, grab a copy of it. I don't see any download verification right now. I may have to try to actually get it later. Guys, let's just read it, and I guess I'll have it anyways, right? So, if you don't mind, I'm going to spark this blunt, and we're going to read this document. It's not necessarily a blunt. It's not necessarily a roach. It's the half from my walk earlier. Alright, so y'all never mind my AC. Like I said, it's Cali. It's hot, yo. I'm sure you'll forgive me. But here's a Patient's Bill of Rights. Oh, hey, there's my download option. You guys can't see that. That's awesome. I love that. And I got it just that fast. So there we go, guys. That's how easy it is to get a copy of this for yourself. I suggest you do it. Because what happens is if everything goes wrong and you end up in a courtroom, you will actually need this kind of stuff to present your own evidence. They're going to present evidence against you. You're going to present evidence for you. And the judge's job is to weigh it out according to the law. So, guys, let's start. Patient's Bill of Rights. Patient's rights. You have the right to 1. Considerate and respectful care to be made comfortable. You have a right to respect for your cultural, social, spiritual, and personal values, beliefs, and preferences. You have a right to 2. Have a family member or other representative of your choosing of your own physician notified promptly of your admission to the hospital. 3. You have the right to know the name of the licensed healthcare practitioner acting within the scope of his or her professional licensure who has primary responsibility for coordinating your care, and the names and professional relationships of physicians and non-physicians who will see you. So in other words, you have the right to know everybody involved in your treatment. Number 4, you have the right to receive information about your health status, diagnosis, prognosis, course of treatment, prospects for recovery, and outcomes of care, including unanticipated outcomes, in terms you can understand. You have the right to effective communication and to participate in the development and implement of your plan of care. You have a right to participate in the development and implementation of your plan of care. You have the right to participate in ethical questions that arise in the course of your care, including issues of conflict resolution, withholding resuscitative services, and foregoing or withdrawing life-sustaining treatment. You have the right of foregoing or withdrawing life-sustaining treatment. They can't force treatment upon you guys. Patient Bill of Rights, number 5. You have the right to make decisions regarding medical care and receive as much information about any proposed treatment or procedure as you may need in order to give informed consent. That's the key, informed consent. Or to refuse a course of treatment. Number 5, you have a right to refuse a course of treatment, except in emergencies. This information shall include a description of the procedure or treatment, the medically significant risks involved, alternate courses of treatment or non-treatment, and the risk involved in each. The name of the person who will carry out the procedure or treatment. That right there in the middle where it says except in emergencies, that is in a personal emergency. That is when you are about to bleed out. That is when that nurse has to make a decision now and they don't have time to do the research about your paperwork. They act then and there in the moment of the emergency. An emergency is not an entire year of 2020. Guys, you have blatantly defied definitions of certain words. To my people watching, that's what they've done. They've denied definitions of words, and you can't do that. Come on now. We have to pay attention to the words. And those of y'all seeing the new movement where we need to break down the English language where it's for everybody to communicate, because words just, we need to get the point across, not be so on point with the wording of a thing. No, you're trying to take the meaning of words away. You're trying to change what words mean so you can do what you want with them. Y'all better wake up, man. All right, I'm sorry. I hit this. We'll get back to number 6, yeah? All right, so hey, number 6. That's the one I've been waiting on, guys. That's the one I've been waiting on right there. You have the right, according to number 6 of the Patient's Bill of Rights of the state of California. As I read it to you, you have the right to request or refuse treatment. Let me say this right, because this is I can't speak right now. I'm so happy to find this. You have the right to request or refuse treatment to the extent permitted by law. However, you do not have the right to demand inappropriate or medically unnecessary treatment or services. You do not have the right to demand inappropriate or medically unnecessary treatment or services. You have the right to leave the hospital even against the advice of members of the medical staff to the extent permitted by law. If you're not victimizing anybody, if you're not victimizing yourself or others, it's permitted by law. That's the definition of the word law. Number 7, you have the right to be advised if the hospital licensed healthcare practitioner acting within the scope of his or her professional licensure propose to engage in or perform human experimentation affecting your care or treatment. You have the right to refuse to participate in such research projects. That's what the mask and social distancing really is. There is no documentation to prove it. I have looked. If you have found it, please send it to me. I would love to read it. I would love to cross-reference it, and I will change my opinion immediately. But since there is no documentation, what they are doing is research. And according to number 7, you have the right to refuse to participate in any such research projects. Number 8, you have the right to reasonable responses to any reasonably request made for services. Number 9, you have the right to appropriate assessment and management of your plan, information about pain relief measures, and to participate in pain management decisions. You may request or reject the use of any or all modalities to relieve pain, including opiate medication. If you suffer from the severe chronic intractable pain, the doctor may refuse to prescribe the opiate medication, but if so, must inform you that there are physicians who specialize in the treatment of pain with the methods that include these opiates. All right, guys, we're at 18 minutes. We're on number 10. As you can see, there's a gang of these. We hit a lot of the ones that I wanted to hit. We'll read 22 right here. You have the right to file a grievance if you want to file a grievance, because you have a constitutional right to address your grievances. So they can't do anything in this documentation against your constitutional rights to address your grievances. So 22, you have the right to file a grievance. If you want to file a grievance with the hospital, you may do so by writing or by calling name, comma, address, and phone number of hospital. Guys, it's supposed to be real easy. They're supposed to be respectful, and you're supposed to have options. That's my main problem here. My main problem is that they're pretending that they have taken your options away from you. Because what it's really about in the law, it's about your willing consent. If you bow down to a man, that makes him the king. By definition, if you bow down to that man, he's the king. No. We are kings. Matter of fact, we are beyond that. We are spirits trapped in the flesh. We are natural beings. And the law does not, cannot, will not be allowed to touch you if you don't intend harm to yourself or others. Guys, as always, it's peace, love, and positivity. I'm out of here.